Deep within a vast green forest, where ancient trees stretched high toward the sky and sunlight filtered softly through layers of leaves, lived a family of elephants. The forest echoed with the gentle sounds of nature rustling branches, distant bird calls, and the steady rhythm of life moving slowly and surely. At the heart of the family was the matriarch, a wise and powerful female elephant. Her steps were slow but confident, and every member of the herd followed her lead without question. Years of experience had taught her where to find water during dry seasons, and which paths were safest to travel. Her memory held the stories of the forest, passed down through silent guidance rather than words. The father elephant walked near the back, large and calm, always aware of his surroundings. His tusks bore marks of age and struggle, yet his presence brought a sense of security. He rarely needed to show strength, but when danger approached, he stood firm, protecting the family with unwavering resolve. Two young elephants stayed close to their mother, their trunks moving constantly as they explored the world around them. They touched leaves, sniffed the air, and gently nudged one another in play. The forest was their classroom, and every sound and scent was a lesson waiting to be learned. Each morning, the family began their journey together. They moved through the forest slowly, careful not to disturb the smaller creatures that shared their home. The elephants fed on grass, bark, and fruit, using their strong trunks with gentle precision. The young ones watched closely, learning how to choose food and how to treat the forest with respect. When the sun climbed high, the herd rested near a river. The water shimmered under the light, and the elephants stepped in, cooling their massive bodies. The young elephants splashed playfully, spraying water into the air and laughing in their own deep, rumbling voices. Their parents watched with quiet joy, knowing these moments built trust and happiness. The forest was not always peaceful. One afternoon, distant sounds signaled danger. The matriarch stopped immediately, raising her trunk and listening carefully. The family formed a tight circle, with the young ones protected in the center. In silence they waited. The danger passed without confrontation, and the forest returned to calm. The young elephants learned that strength often meant knowing when to stand still. As seasons changed, the forest transformed. Rain filled rivers and softened the ground. New leaves grew, and fruits became plentiful. The elephants traveled longer distances, guided by the matriarch's memory. Even when paths were unfamiliar, her confidence never wavered. At night, the forest felt different. Moonlight painted silver patterns on the leaves, and the air cooled. The elephants rested close together, their bodies forming a living wall of warmth and safety. The young ones leaned against their parents, comforted by familiar breathing and gentle touches of trunks. Over time, the young elephants grew taller and stronger. Their steps became steadier, and their curiosity deepened into understanding. They learned how to sense danger, how to find water, and how to care for one another. The forest shaped them, teaching patience and resilience. That one day, a fallen tree blocked their usual path. The father elephant stepped forward, pushing carefully until the way was clear. The young ones watched, realizing that even great strength must be used wisely. The matriarch nodded silently, Her approval felt rather than seen. The elephant family understood that survival in the forest depended on unity. Each member played a role, and no one was ever left behind. Their bond was stronger than any obstacle they faced. As the sun set beyond the trees, the forest glowed with golden light. The elephants moved together, their shadows stretching long across the ground. They were part of the forest's rhythm, just as the forest was part of them. In the endless green world of the great forest, the elephant family continued their journey. Guided by memory, protected by strength, and bound by love, they walked forward together, steady, patient, and unbreakable.